Hey everybody, welcome back to Checkpoint on Campus. Like I said, if you're just noticing, we're doing the show from at home, and we wish everybody some safe and warm evenings and weeks. We know it's pretty crazy with the massive winter weather events that have been happening across the country, especially in Texas. So we hope everybody out there is safe. Now, we bring in one of our favorite people, one of the top minds now in college COD, a guy who has dedicated himself to learning this scene. Andrew Stevenson is in the building with myself and Jacob. Andrew, what's up, man?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm definitely excited to cover what we got going on in week 3 of that college COD.
Yeah, so talking mostly about, where everybody stands right now. We know that this is week 3. Week 3 is coming up and is already underway in many cases. So it's not coming up, but we see that Ottawa Gold and Ottawa Black are still at the top of the power rankings for this week and moving into week 4. We only got a couple more matches until the end of that first split. So why is Ottawa still consistently performing well in top of the leaderboards?
From what I noticed, Ottawa, specifically Ottawa Black, which is actually second ranked, they actually have a full squad of the 4 who are really performing at the top of their game. Cruelty is actually the top ranked player in hardpoint across the whole tournament.
Wow.
So not only just leading his team in hardpoint KDA, he is actually leading the whole tournament in that, and just leading that Braves COD squad to face Iowa, this week coming up. And finally, they do see a top 15 ranked team against CUE Gold this week. And that's going to be something that I'm going to be taking a look at because, again, as you mentioned, they're on the top of the power rankings for a reason. So actually facing a team in the top 15, which is actually ranked 13 CUE Gold this week, I want to see if actually facing a top 25 team is going to test their waters and see how they can actually come out on top or not.
Yeah, and that's something that we've been seeing a lot across, most of college COD, and why I think that sort of split system that they have is really smart. Because you got a lot of these teams that are top 25 or top 15 ranked, and they've played a lot of teams that, let's be honest, are not quite up to their level. And so after that second split, where we begin to see the top teams playing only the top teams and sort of that bottom half only playing the bottom half, we get, in my opinion, a better look at where everybody actually stands. Mm-hmm. And so, I also want to talk about a team that has kind of fallen, that has kind of risen through the ranks, and that's Arizona State University Gold. They were unranked in week 2, and then out of nowhere, jumped up to rank number 22. They are undefeated. They have dropped the map, but they are undefeated. Andrew, what's a little bit more about Arizona State?
From what I was looking into, the actual captain Fishity, he is another top ranked player in hardpoint. He's actually ranked number 2 in hardpoint KDA across the entire tournament, not only leading his team as well. So I do see a trend going on with people leading in that hard point. That's the one that causes the most points to win the match. Obviously, search and destroy, is only 6 rounds or so, but having to gain that 250 points is quite a struggle. So I see that when teams are dominating in that hard point, as this team here, ASU Gold, as you mentioned, they did lose 1 map, but again, they still are undefeated. So that won't go against their overall, but it will go against them in the power rankings. So I am excited to see how the supporting cast can help their captain here in the future.
Yeah, and Jacob, you play a lot of Call of Duty as well as I do. That hard point game mode can be pretty frustrating because it's very momentum based. That's the whole name of the game. So if your rotations are not good, if you get caught out kind of in the middle of the map, not necessarily going anywhere in particular, you can lose that map very quick. Do you think that if you're doing well at hard point, because the momentum can be in your favor, that can lead to just you doing well across a whole series, especially if hardpoint is first?
Yeah, well, hardpoint's probably one of the only Call of Duty modes where you have to actually think. And so if if we're going to be real, it's the only game the only one of the few modes that has actual strategy outside of S&D. And so if you are on top of that strategy, then you're more than likely going to win that game. And I mean, all sports are pretty much momentum based. If you're on a roll, unless you're going up against a brick wall, you're probably going to be able to keep up that roll. So I do think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and lastly, I want on the University of Illinois. They have both their teams riding high right now, with Illinois at 4-0, and Illinois Blue actually getting a big win this week as well. This is a young team with also a few veteran, cornerstones. They can finish at the top 8s. They're 7 right now. But Andrew, I want to give you the final word. Illinois looks real good. Who should we be paying attention to on that squad?
So this one stuck out to me like a sore thumb. I've been following them. Obviously, the bright orange color sticks out as well, but the player specifically is Crit. Crushing it in Search and Destroy. He is leading the team in KDA, and obviously, making an impact for them to go undefeated. And again, as you mentioned before, they did reach top 8 last year. So again, I am very excited to see how that team, with that cornerstone of veterans and some young guns, to see how they can get to that top 10 this year, with that undefeated start.
Yeah, and that's going to be that for our wrap up of College COD so far. If you guys want even more news about College COD, don't forget that we also talk quite a bit about it in our College Esports update, which comes out later in the week with myself and Coach Adam Antor of Aquinas. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us and giving us the hot takes on College COD, and we hope to see you back next week, where we can kind of talk a little bit about who will be making that top and bottom split, and some of the teams that might be on the bubble to drop down into that bottom half. So thanks again, Andrew, and we hope to hear more from you.
Thank you again. I can't wait to see the best of the best in that split one.